Right, morning YouTube, how are we all doing? Right, this is a quick reminder about the my 100 video competition that I'm running. You've got basically, I'm going to give you another 3 days to get your entries in, so if you want to get your entries in, get it in now. I shall put the link to the original video at the bottom. I have opened up entries to the YouTube Pipe Smokers forums, which can be found at www.ytpipesmokers.com. And basically just get on there, register, use your actual YouTube name, and we can all have a good chat with each other. Not in the constraints of characters, we can use URLs and we can actually reply to messages, even though YouTube seems to have fixed that. But anyway, so I've had 2 entries on there from guys who don't make videos, so I'm just going to basically tell you their stories now, so you all know what the other entries are in this competition. Sorry if I get these names wrong, I'm dyslexic and awful, so just bear with me. This is Sale MML, I don't know. Basically, this is his story. He's a relatively new pipe smoker. He's not allowed to smoke indoors, which is some challenges during winter in Sweden, which I can imagine because it's usually about just above freezing in Sweden at that time of year. And the snow was really bad and it was very windy, so he had to keep his hand over his pipe to keep the snow out of it, and he also had to put one hand holding the brim of his hat down so it didn't blow off. Only problem is, he walked straight into a lamppost, which caused him a little bit of a nosebleed. So that's one of the other entries into the competition. The other one came from Lurkers. Now, this chap is from the Netherlands. He's one of the moderators on the forum, and this is his entry into the competition. So he was just about to go outside and have a relaxing smoke on the terrace. He was having a chat with one of his roommates in the hallway, which was taking a little bit too long, so he just lit his pipe up. When the conversation finally finished, he went out onto the terrace. At this point, he mentions that a few nights before, somebody had broken into the house, taken 2 laptops and a phone off them. So he opened the door to the terrace with a pipe in his mouth, stepped outside, and saw movement out the corner of his eye. As he turned around basically to see what it was, there was a chap standing behind the open door. They wrestled for a bit and eventually one of his roommates came to help him. They turned him over to the police, and it turned out it's the guy who'd broken into the house and stole their computers and phones. Eventually, when he'd done talking to the police, taking statements, all that kind of jazz, he went back to the terrace and he found his pipe, which had fell out of the mouth during his struggle, and he picked it up and thought, hey, why not, and lit up again. And it was only then that he eventually calmed down and returned back to normal. And the third entry for the competition is by Sigurd. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. The other day he was smoking in his car with some friends, and Norway, being one of the richest countries in the world, obviously have some of the worst roads in the world. There are speed regulating bumps every half an inch. So as I was to light my bowl, every time I lit the lighter, we hit a bump again and again. Finally, when I just had it going, we started to get close to our destination. And when we finally did, no one had the patience to stay with me to finish my pipe, so we had to put it out. Poor guy. I know exactly what you mean. I'm a pipe smoker surrounded by cigarette smokers. I go through the same thing all the time. If I'm lucky to smoke a quarter of a bowl, I'm lucky. So there's some other entries into the competition. Like I say, you've got 3 days. I'll be drawing it on the 29th when I come home from work. And yeah, so get your entries in. I will be drawing the winners out of a hat. Like I say, I don't want to go through and pick a story. Don't like the idea of doing that. So yeah, get your entries in. Like I say, winner will be announced on the 29th. So I'm just going to quickly get this started, and then I shall be back. With my very berry review. So I shall see you all in a moment.